in the third place decider tomorrow as well. So let's get ourselves a game of Dota right now. Hello and welcome to the second semi-finals of the AMD Premier League. We are in the second season and it's almost over already. Zenith and Vici Gaming, they made their way through the more harder of brackets, but now after today there will only be one team left standing for the grand finals. The other team will be playing in the third place decider, and we'll see which team that's gonna be, Zenith or Vici Gaming. I'm not by myself for this cast. Skim will be joining me. Skim, welcome back.
And it's good to be back, and once again we see Wisp Dragon Knight. What's up with these two heroes these days?
Well, they have seen a bit of a resurgence. Dragon Knight never really was out of favor, to be fair, even after the bottom nerf. People were a bit hesitant, but it still worked. It just made sure that the offlaners, for example, wouldn't be having a bottle with that, so you can't really bottle grow two bottles at the same time. But Dragon Knight's still a very sturdy mid to have, and Zenith has been playing IO quite a bit lately. Of course, they're a team of the picks that, you know, always surprise you. They've gone Bloodseeker and all that stuff, and actually won with it as well during this tournament. So we'll see what they want to combine up the IO with today next to the live stealer. Of course, if you are having a live stealer IO, you can always transfer 3 people rather than just 2. So I'm still expecting someone that can be the third. In terms of bans, not really anything specific to note, apart from that Visage is still in the pool and the Shadow Demon as well, because the Darkseer, OD, Bat Rider and Alchemist were the ones banned out.
Yeah, it really feels like people value OD really high these days. He's constantly seen as a first pick material or even first ban material, so this does give, as we mentioned, Wisp a lot of time to shine. Vici Gaming pick up the 2 cores, Dragon Knight and Weaver, a combo that has been seen quite often as well. I mean, Icy Cup likes to run it as well, Jackal on his Weaver, but it's a really good combo. Dragon Knight, as you mentioned, a solid mid hero, can do quite well once he gets his bottle up. And Weaver, also solid hero, can be run on the offlane, can be run as a core hero. Let's see how they do it. They could even put the Weaver in the mid lane. So Vici Gaming currently rather flexible, as is Zenith, although they're unlikely to go aggressive with the Wisp. So most likely safe lane, maybe trial lane with the life stealer. And yeah, Vici Gaming already banning out the Chen makes a lot of sense. They do not want to go up against fully push from, of course, Chen creeps and the Wisp and life stealer having a lot of attack speed. So. Yeah. A lot of good bans so far.
And they seem to have forgotten about the Visage. Of course, Zenith will have first pick, so they could pick it up. They opted to ban out the Enchantress and the Shadow Demon, and the Storm Spirit was the last ban out for Vici Gaming. Of course, more global presence that could be there for Zenith. We still have the Nature's Prophet in the pool, though, if they want to try and go for that one. Visage is still a good hero, but combined up with the IO and the Lifestealer, you already said it. I mean, you're probably going to see it on the safe lane, and Visage mostly nice because he is such a dominating force early game, and I'm not sure if it fits into Zenith's picking style here, but we'll see. They might go into their bonus time for the first time today to see if they want to go for that Visage or rather pick up a secondary support. We still have a Nyx Assassin in the pool, always a great hero to have if you already have an IO there to scout out if someone will be there. So if you're then having a third hero to rotate. Oh, never mind. They go for the same combination as we saw them do on Saturday. IO Tusk.
Wow, that's a really interesting pickup. I was gonna say that if they do pick a support, they should pick either something with really high burst damage like a Visage, or favorably something with a bit of lockdown. I guess Tusk has maybe a little bit of both, although the lockdown from his snowball is really not too significant. But his ultimate does really do well against Weaver, because Weaver likes to tangle around this really low HP bar and use time-lapse, but if he gets hit by this Tusk ultimate, that could hurt quite a bit. And you mentioned them Tusk running Tusk as a support?
Yes. They did the same thing on Saturday, so I'm expecting the same thing here, even though it wasn't really the Tusk that won them the game on Saturday up against Myth Trust. It was just dominance all over, but Tusk really offers a lot of potential. Of course, if you try and gank, I mean, even at the start, maybe his damage is not that high just yet, but if you land those shards, it means that the target has to walk around the ice shards, and you'll be able to get some more hits in. And also for the Weaver, that's very good, because of course, he gets forced to walk around it as well, and he might be out of his Shikushi by the time that he walks, he is behind it, and you might still get yourself a couple of hits in. So yeah, it is a very nice pickup, I think. And Vici, you already see them doubting how are they gonna deal with this aggression, because aggression will come, and they know that.
Yeah, I like this pickup as well. I mean, especially against a DK in the mid lane, who in general is fairly tanky when you want to gank him, but if you have those ice shards, it's really difficult for him to actually escape from the gank. DK is not really mobile, so well, basically cutting off his path really makes him easily gankable if they couple it up with something like Queen of Pain with high burst damage. So definitely a good pickup. And Queen of Pain and Puck also really good combos for the lifesteal and fast bomb, as you mentioned. So Zenith, really solid draft so far.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet for Vici Gaming is quite an interesting choice. Nature's Prophet, considered to be countered by the IO. Of course, you can relocate if he's split pushing, so you can take him down while he's all by himself. So interesting choice here, but picking it up into an IO, you have to assume that Vici knows what they're getting into. So we'll see what they plan on doing with this one, as Zenith, of course, has got their next pickup to go. And now without a Nature's Prophet, we still are missing a mid-hero, most likely. And then an offlaner as well. We still have, in terms of offlaners, the Windrunner in the pool if they want to try and go for something like that. They could pick up and the Puck and the Queen of Pain. How about that?
Yeah, Queen of Pain Puck definitely can survive from the offlane. Vici Gaming still has to pick supports though, and there are quite a few good supports left, so I don't think Zenith is going to put either Puck or Queen of Pain on the offlane, because against heroes like Rubik or Jakiro, it's really difficult to actually be on the offlane as heroes that only have escape mechanisms and not something like invisibility or the ability to just rotate back into the jungle. And I think Vici Gaming would do quite well picking up supports like the Rubik and Jakiro. There's quite nice spells to steal so far already. I think Ice Shards is really nice to steal, also the Rage, just to be able to escape from certain ganks. And yeah, Vici Gaming, I think it's ballsy to pick up 3 cores from the beginning, but it didn't really turn out too bad because Zenith didn't really pick a conventional support. If Zenith had picked something else, the range of supports Vici Gaming could have picked up would have been differently, but yeah, that's just all the other story. And Zenith actually go for Revenge. Is this a carry Revenge again?
They have done it before, so I wouldn't put it past them. They might have changed their Tusk potential to go for Tusk mid. I mean, up against the Dragon Knight, you already mentioned, I mean, he's gonna have an okay lane, because Dragon Knight doesn't really have an escape route, and he can't really come too close or get too harassed, because he might be in danger. Bane is the one to get picked up by Vici Gaming, of course, someone that counters the lifestealer with his Fiend script. And the Treant Protector is the last one to get banned out for Zenith. So interesting choice there. And I think this is going to be one of the first games that I'm seeing a Visage completely ignored in this competition.
Yeah, it really is. It really is a rare sight, because Visage is a really popular hero. But as you mentioned in the beginning, Visage is a hero that's really dominant and aggressive in the early stages of the game. And neither of these teams actually want to go aggressive, especially Vici. It looks like a really passive laning stage for them. I mean, I think Bane and Treant would have actually been a great pickup for Vici Gaming. Just have a really safe and secure farming laning stage. Of course, very defensive supports. And Zenith, of course, I mean, they have the Wisp and possibly the Venge as supports. Not the best ganking squad, but more of a kind of pushing lineup, if anything. So Visage doesn't really fit in here, which is too bad because I think the hero is really great.
Yeah, I was kind of distracted. I'm trying to tweet out so that people know that the Tusk is in the game.
Oh, the Tusk.
Yep. Eat him, eat it.
Oh, you wanted to do a Tusk impression?
Yeah, I just did it. There you go.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, damn it.
Yeah. I'm looking for the best believer in war competition. Yep.
That was great.
That was, of course, the where's my chat icon? There was, of course, the Dota 2 reporter guy saying, talking with the Tusk. For people that are wondering why I just made a weird sound, that was why. So yeah, it's the Queen of Pain still. The aggression from Zenith is still there. Vengeful Spirit could be carry. Tusk could be offlane. They could just roam tons. I mean, aggressive trial lane could be there as well. They have a lot of options, and I think they just want to slay.
Reserve time.
I think looking at these heroes, I think they have to go aggressive. I'm not sure if Queen of Pain or any other heroes getting too much on this offlane by themselves. So I think Zenith might have to go aggressive, and just not aggressive as in get a lot of kills on that tri lane, but rather just get a lot of farm on that tri lane.
10 seconds remaining.
One hero left for Vici Gaming. Could be a secondary support. If you want to go for Leshrac or Lina or something like that. But they go for Lina, that means Nature's Prophet will be into the jungle. That means they're gonna just play it safe unless they want to run the Windrunner as a support. But FY actually picks it up. And that should mean that FY is gonna be a carry Windrunner this game.
Yeah, you'd expect that, but I don't know, it really feels weird picking up that one. Yeah, if they do run the Windrunner as a farming role, it's going to be a really greedy lineup.
Well, it is a farming Windrunner. FY plays the carry, so we'll be Weaver on the offlane, Dragon Knight mid, and then ZSMJ, of course, in the jungle, as we've seen them do before on the Nature's Prophet, and Fenrir on the Bane. But we'll introduce them again the moment that we come out of the draft. After Zenith picks everybody up, we are actually having a disconnect at the moment, but it should be...
Yeah, he just reconnected.
Yeah, it should be back soon. There we go.
But yeah, we've seen Mushi support last game, so maybe FY transitioning as well. Who knows?
Well,
I really
they only just switched.
Oh.
Because ZSMJ, of course, was the carry beforehand.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
And he only just switched with FY in terms of roles. Of course, a lot of fans disappointed to not see ZSMJ in that farming role anymore, but he's been doing very well, especially on the Nature's Prophet, of course. As I already pointed out in previous casts, if you're going to have a carry player that rotates into a bit of a support role, then you're going to have a support role player that knows how to get farm. And he can, of course, make everything worth its while and turn into a bit of a semi-carry-ish. And the Nature's Prophet, of course, is way easier than anything else.
That's true, but I think it was who was it? Rattlesnakes, actually. I think Lan M was at the beginning playing support, and he even played support Jarakov there once at one point, and he really transitioned into this beast of a carry, like having MKV, BKB, and Butterfly at some point. That was really insane. So, yeah, definitely a strong possibility right there.
Yep. Let's see who is playing what though. This time for real. So CTY is playing the Dragon Knight. No surprise there. He is going under the name of AZ at the moment, but it is CTY, so don't worry about that. Fenrir on the Bane, 2-2 on the Weaver offlane, ZSMJ, Nature's Prophet, and FY indeed on that Windrunner, and I'll leave Zenith for you.
Yeah, on the Dire side, it is Yamate heading towards most likely that mid lane as the Queen of Pain. XY actually on this lifestealer, which makes me think a bit about an offlaner maybe. Ice playing the support Wisp, Freedom as the Tusk, most likely support because he is their primary support player, and Ice on this Vengeful Spirit, so...
Carry Venge.
Carry Venge it is. Has been quite popular as of late again.
Yeah, we've seen it a few times. Let's see how well Ice can do with it. Of course, early aggression with Vengeful Spirit is very easy to do. The question is, can he keep up for late game? But with the lineup that Zenith has, do they even want to make it to late game? By the looks of it, they just want to fight, and I think they're going to get their way as well. But we'll see how they are going to run their lanes. I think last time we saw this, we saw Ice actually solo top safe lane by himself with an aggressive tri lane from Zenith. Last time that we saw Vengeful Spirit, at least, it didn't have the Tusk in that game. But that could be an option, as we do have a disconnect, so that's why we are paused once again.
I think putting the Venge solo on the top lane could be a bit risky though this time around. I'm not sure who he was up against last time around, but this time around he's going to be up against either the Weaver or the Nature's Prophet, both of which are really strong laners, strong 1v1 laners, especially the Weaver. So Venge probably wouldn't do that well, and it looks like it's going to be an aggressive Tronin at least. I mean, they're moving down S5, Zenith that is, but I can see an aggressive Trident with a life solo up on the safe lane.
Could be too. Really depends on how they want to have their lanes going, of course, how they who they want to have safe lane farming. And I mean, the person that will safe lane farm will farm up against the Weaver most likely. It's not going to be the easiest of lanes. Weaver,
yeah,
of
really
course, is a hero that can harass very easily.
And in general, Zenith probably won't be able to get a lot of kills down here. I mean, Weaver, as you mentioned, is not that easy to take down. It's also very elusive and very annoying. And then there's Bane also to help him out with defensive sleeps. So getting kills down here is not going to be that easy, but actually they do have the Tusk to dive in deep and the Wisp to assist with the tether. So I think Zenith is going to try it. It's all about positioning on Vici's side. If Bane gets caught out of position, he's dead for sure. But if he plays safe and secure, stays on the tower, stays behind Weaver, and
you see, like, which two do you think will make it to the finals? You see Orange and Zenith. Those are the two from each bracket that you think, well, they will be the ones to make it through. So far, so good, I guess.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this matchup. I'm not biased by any means, but I would really love to see Zenith fare up against Orange, because there's always some sort of history between these teams. Especially since Yamate just switched to, or not just switched to Zenith, but he did switch to them, and it's really interesting. I think the last encounter they had that really wasn't that balanced. I think it was sort of a 3-1 wipe, but or at least the last grand final they played. But yeah. We'll see. It is an aggressive trial lane after all. It's going to be Life Stealer or XY on this top lane up against FY. Already taking some harass damage, but he should be fine up here. And he actually got heavily pulled. Look at this. He has 6 tangos, 2 selves.
Ooh. Tangos are his own, but one self being pulled. One only. He only got a stout shield. That's how he got so much gold left. But one self pulled. It's nice. 2-2 in the bottom lane. Not pulled at all. He'll be the one to take it on. So it's a very safe lane here. Leaving the Nature's Prophet in the jungle. Dragon Knight mid up against Yamate. Should be a lane that Queen of Pain would at least not lose, you would expect, but takes a lot of harassment already. We'll see how they do here. And we'll see how this Tusk can fit into this bottom lane. Of course, he only has 2 ice shards to throw out before they are out, or before he's out of mana, and he only has 2 clarity, so we'll see how he decides to use it. If they can find a kill with it. As maybe they can find some sentry wards, bait out some sentry wards from their enemy team. Doesn't look like they have any though. That's kind of weird.
I think it would be a futile attempt anyway. Going out to D-ward is actually going to put Bane in a lot of trouble and completely position himself in the wrong position. And I think they knew that if they do go for D-warding, they're going to probably give up a kill on the Bane, because Zenith, they have complete vision over this enemy jungle, or maybe, well, they have good vision over this enemy jungle, and they will track and see every movement coming out from Bane. I'm interested to see how this top lane actually goes up, because I expected Windrunner to do quite well, but XY is putting a lot of harassment on him, so both of them kind of disrupting each other in farming. They're not doing really well.
Nobody is really doing really well apart from Yamate and Ice, which are of course both on the same team, so watch out Vici Gaming. But 2-2 is actually also not really getting that much out of this lane here. And actually Fenrir might be looking to set something up. Here comes a Nightmare. Nature's Prophet TPing, and in comes Io though. Tether will be there, and that's a Tether set up on 2-2. All of a sudden, 2-2 in a lot of trouble, and he might actually drop. Yes, he does, but Ice does as well. Not after at least after he took the first blood though. Maybe they can take something more. Here comes a shard, tip on Fenrir, and he can't make himself out of there. Got blocked in by the Treants, but the Treants already helping out right now. And not enough damage to take down that Bane. So, all in all, 1 versus 1 trade, but in favor of Zenith, of course.
Yeah, I mentioned out of position and vision, and this time around it was actually Zenith completely, well, not completely out of position, but a bit out of position. Really nice wards dropped down by the Radiant side. They knew where the 2 supports were, and they were like, okay, let's go and venge. And I think even though Zenith got the first blood, it's still a good trade for them, because they did get a kill on the carry venge after all. And with the carry venge, you kind of want a good start, or at least want a decent amount of farm, because
wait a second, CTY. Oh, Yamate is gonna actually have visitors. Still gets a kill though. ZSMJ won't be able to do anything here anymore, and actually Yamate, he has got that bottle. Might look to turn this around, goes for a scream and a hit, but doesn't do anything more, and he blinks himself into safety to where the courier is already waiting to take the bottle away from him. So that is gonna be a kill going the way of Yamate in the mid lane. In the meantime, bottom lane might have some issues as well. Fenrir stuck inside the shards, was looking to do something up against Ice. Ice gets a stun off, but not enough damage, and he actually has to be running here because in comes 2-2, and now no stun anymore, and he will actually be the one to die there. That's gonna be a kill for 2-2. CTY coming in here, not able to do anything, so this is a bit of a wasted rotation for him, unless he can still get something, but he's only level 4, and he doesn't get anything anymore, so rotation, oh, wasted, and that means that Yamate is having some sweet old time by himself in the mid lane.
Yeah, I was about to say this is horrendous for Zenith, because they just gave away a kill on their carry once more, didn't even get a kill, but as you mentioned, the fact that DK had to rotate, or that he did rotate definitely helped them out a lot, because Yamate, he is getting free farm in the mid lane. He was doing so before anyway, but now even more than that. And yeah, C2Y, he's falling a bit behind in terms of experience. He's only just hit level 5, whereas Yamate already hit level 6, and he's going to have his ultimate back up again. He might go for a kill on this top lane, or any lane for that matter, because I think his amount of burst damage is really good against any of VG's heroes.
Yeah, so far wants to stick in the lane though. Of course, I mean, no matter how bad Zenith bottom lane is, even if Ice doesn't win the lane, they still have a lifestealer free farming, so Zenith is still in a very good position. I say free farming, which is of course not true, because he's up against FY, and FY is actually ahead in last hits, but he's still not doing that bad. So Zenith has a bit of a backup plan, while for Vici Gaming, their backup plan is a little less present. Of course, they've got themselves a Dragon Knight, but he's not really doing all too well. And of course, I mean, he is already countered by the Queen of Pain, who is doing really well for Zenith. So yeah, the backup plan of Zenith definitely stronger than that of Vici Gaming.
I'm not too sure about that. I mean, FY, he's actually doing really well in this lane, and he got the phase boots now, and he's going to be able to zone out XY completely out of this lane now with these phase boots. The amount of damage he puts out is so much higher than XY's now, and add to that he's ranged, I think he's going to shut down XY quite decently. XY still has a possibility to rotate back into the jungle, but that's not really what you want to do as a Nakes. And have in mind that Vici still have the Niche Prophet free farming, who's either his farm is really bad or he just has some items in the career. I hope these boots are his, because...
Tutu?
Oh. No, I'm talking about ZSMJ, because I don't know, I expected his farm to be a lot better than this right now.
Oh, this is what he has. It's not, he has been rotating. I mean, he rotated bottom, he rotated middle.
Oh, that's true.
So,
that's true.
And Tutu's not really doing all too well. And the supports can rotate top, so I stand by what I said earlier. And we already have got a bit of a rotation, but this is just Ice going for the rune. Gets an Invis. They might be able to make something happen with that here, depending on where Ice wants to try and make something happen. There is, of course, still a sentry ward down by Vici Gaming, and he should know that, because his ward was countered by that one, and actually still invisible, although it might not look that way, trying to block the Dragon Knight a little bit. Freedom coming in too late. Freedom level 3, Ice level 3. We have got the Bane at level 4, though, and of course, I mean, I can't really call this a support, but Vici Gaming has got a jungle hero that Zenith doesn't, so level 5 for ZSMJ versus one of the supports. It's Zenith that is getting a little bit behind in terms of experience, but maybe they can get it back up, as Dragon Knight is in a lot of trouble. Ball helping out there as well. In comes the Dragon Tail, but it doesn't matter, and Tusk, Freedom, gets himself the kill. Nice shards, nice pickups, solidly done, and level 4 now up on the Tusk, and smoke instantly for Zenith.
Oh, I like this. I like this move, and I think they need to move top now. FY had too much of a free time up here, and XY again, there's not too much he can do about it. He just infested to get his HP up again, but look at him, he's down again, and I think they need to get this kill, but not sure if they can actually. I think they need more burst damage in this, because once FY pops his wind run, there's not much damage coming out from them anymore. But yeah, I think if they execute it right, this should be a kill.
Yeah, here comes the tether. Trying to chase him down, waiting for the wind run to happen. Doesn't happen just yet. In comes nice shards. TP out from there. Is it gonna work out? Nope, it's not, and that's a kill. Nice shards, just blocking everybody in completely.
Oh wow,
In
Tutu
comes
comes
Tutu, and down goes XY. In comes ZSMJ. Isis will stay alive though for now. He's actually got a bug against him. This time the target with the bug doesn't die. Ice comes in, looks for a stun, finds it up on Tutu. There comes a scream. One more hit. That's a kill. Good pickup for Queen of Pain. Ice getting chased down by Treants. Has got mana for a stun. No, doesn't actually. And is gonna go down soon if he's not careful. Uses stick charges. Running away. Ball helps out there as well. Ice should be able to get away there from the Treants, and that was very close call for him.
It really was. I mean, I thought for sure he was dead, but yeah. Oh, DK's actually here with the haste. Ooh.
Yep, gets a kill. Breathe fire. Still the stun hits, but the haste rune is gonna be too strong. He's still not done though. He's looking for maybe still Yamate. Won't be able to really find him unless he wants to die off the base though. Which, yeah, he shouldn't, and he doesn't. So good choice there. Goes back middle where more heroes have assembled. It is Fenrir, ZSMJ, and Tutu probably looking to take down a tier 1 tower.
Yeah, and they still have the dragon form. There it is. They do have quite a bit amount of damage, but there's... Oh, actually, Glyph is down. What? When was Glyph used?
Bottom lane, I believe. And comes
yeah,
Yamate.
Yamate still has ultimate.
Yeah, and he's not by himself either. There goes the armor reduction already from the Howl of Terror. Swap, stun, Fenrir still brain saps. Might be able to stay alive. Here comes a Dragon Tail up on Yamate. And a power shot to finish it off. Fenrir still ends up going down, but nice Nightmare up on ice. One breath and he'll die as well. Not even needed. Nature's Prophet coming in with the right clicks. Stun hits up on Dragonite. Ice gets picked up. This is 3 for 2 so far. Maybe XY can make a difference here. And he does indeed. The punch helps out. Triple kill for Freedom on his support Tusk. 2-2 not done just yet with XY. Time-lapse himself back into safety. Will not get the Life Stealer anymore. And that's a favorable trade for Zenith.
Yeah, that was, actually that was a good trade. I mean, that Freedom last Walrus punch, that was really important. They got 2 kills on the 2 cores from Vici Gaming, or at least 2 of the cores. They did kind of lose 3 heroes in return for it, but it was still a good fight. They didn't lose the tower as well, so valiantly defended. Too bad Yamate didn't even get his ultimate off. He was just completely chain stunned and then bursted down immediately. Otherwise, that would have been a different fight.
Wow, and they keep their tower for now as well, and that's of course the bigger thing for the moment. The kill score is still about even. Now, one thing of course is important to note is that Zenith's lineup is more ganking heavy than Vici Gaming, so they should be at this point starting to get a little bit ahead rather than playing even. But Vici Gaming playing it very good. Nightmare up on Yamate in the mid lane. Shackle ledges as well, and that will be one dead. Queen of Pain blinks away, but it doesn't matter. Weaver still with the Gemini attack, and even if it wasn't there, still CTY would have been there with the Breathe Fire. And now the tower will drop, and the 5-man push continues from Vici Gaming.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay by Yamate. He should have known that he was in range for a Nightmare. Giving away a free kill like this is never good, especially since he had such a good start on the mid lane. But looking on the net worth now, he's fallen behind quite a bit. Even the Lifestealer, who I think also had not the best start in the game, is ahead of him. So Yamate fallen behind quite a bit, and with this push lineup from Vici Gaming, they can take so much map control, which is really necessary for Zenith to have. But yeah, they just lost 2 very crucial towers.
Yeah, they can take so much extra gold here on the map right now that Zenith won't have any access to for a while. They even don't have their ganking lineup fully ready yet because Io just levels very fast. Very slow rather. It's only level 5 still. So no level 6 yet. It's actually not the only one though that is still level 5. Because also Fenrir doesn't have his Fiend script just yet. And that will also make a big difference. But Fenrir has got some more people that can already be a little bit more active compared to what Zenith has so far. They do have Queen of Pain, but their Lifestealer, as said, is not just ready yet. Also, Ice. He's actually died 4 times. So he's half of the kills that Vici Gaming has. And he's also not ready to really start fighting yet. He needs more farm. He needs to get at least treads up. And he'll see his tier 1 bottom die before anything else.
And I think this...
bottom lane. Nice snowball in. Is there enough? Infest out from the Queen of Pain. That's Nature's Prophet already dead. 2-2 running himself out. Fenrir on the run as well. Might be an open wounds from XY if he can get in range. The face boots will be up in just a second. Should be getting enough, but he's gonna dive a tower for this. Hope he's communicated with his team for that one. Goes into a rage. Fenrir in some trouble. Brain step still, but will still go down. Nice shackle up on Ice though. In comes FY. There goes a snowball again. Keeps Ice safe for a little while longer, and they look for 2-2. Do they have another stun? They did, but not well. Ice goes down before. Freedom still with the punch, but goes down regardless. 2-2 with the double kill. And that's why you should not dive towers when you don't know what you're up against.
Exactly. That was a bit overly aggressive by Zenith. Diving this far for only support Bane. I mean, yeah, they got a kill, but they lost 2 heroes in the process. So they should have just been content with getting the Nature's Prophet. It's still a good kill for them, even though they kind of dropped many spells on him. But yeah. They should have just backed off again, and this way they just lost everything they gained from that kill. So they're going to lose a tier 1 bottom and probably even a tier 2 out of it, because yeah, there's still the dragon form up. I mean, there is a glyph, but without Yamate's ultimate, not sure how they can actually defend this properly.
They can only delay execution, I think, as well. And Vici Gaming, they're already showing that they're not afraid to go in. Although they do get nicely stopped there by Freedom. I mean, Tusk is a pretty good counter pusher with those shards actually. And is indeed successfully defending his tower for now. Doesn't mean that Vici Gaming is backing off. They're just waiting for the next creep wave. In comes another shards. Let's see if they can make him back off or not. Because that's of course going to be the real question here.
Yeah, and it really doesn't look like Zenith is going to commit to this, because XY and Ice are actually in the middle. Oh.
Shackle, power shot. Is there enough damage to take him down before he can blink? No, not just yet. Ice. will end up going down before anything else though, and he's the first one to drop. Fenrir is going down as well. We do have Yamate forced to back out, but he gets power shuttled to death still. Dragon Tail hits upon XY. Shackle ledges him as well. FY having a great game, and XY going dead. Going down, rather. Yamate still alive. For how much longer? Is there another Dragon Tail? He's actually not in range. He's blinking up to the high ground into the hands of his friends and will be able to survive. And oh my god, how very annoying that there is an FY and an XY.
Yeah, it really is.
I just realized.
Yeah. I noticed when I called out the lanes, I was like, oh my god, FY, XY, that sounds so similar.
Yep.
But yeah. What a horrible team fight again for Zenith.
Yeah.
They just lost almost every hero. Yamate bought back. And I mean, they did defend the tower, but come on. They have an Nature's Prophet, they have a DK. This tower is going to fall anytime soon anyway, so... At this point, I would have said don't defend this tower and just back off, because this was not worth it.
They still got
Even
the
though they
deny out of
denied,
the tower.
yeah.
That's nice.
That's something.
But what do you think Zenith should do now? Because of course, I mean, they're behind, and I mean, they have a ganking lineup and they're not ganking, and right now they're in no position to gank either. They are 10k gold behind, they are 5k experience behind, but what should Zenith do to get back up on their feet right now?
That's a good question. It really feels like they're just trying to farm up here and there on every hero, but I think they should just smoke up as 4 or 5 and go really just for ganks, and probably on targets that are easy to gank. Not the Weaver up top here, but rather Nature's Prophet, Bane. Even the Windrunner is quite easily ganked. If you lock her down enough, she's not going to get the mech off, and they can kill her. But I gotta say, Vici Gaming's movement overall is not too bad. They're running around as 4 or 5, or well, 3, 4, or 5. Because they know, of course, they're easily ganked, but yeah, now they're the ones to get smoked. And I think this is a big mistake from Zenith, because with their lineup, they should be the ones acting and not reacting.
Well, let's see if this smoke makes up for anything. Yamate of Freedom hanging around. Tutu will be the one to scout out. They already saw him, though. Nature's Prophet ultimate bouncing through, meaning there's some Vis and Ice, Sonic Wave, nice! Ball lightning as well. Weaver will be the first one to go down. Swap there, Ice trying to run himself out of there, gets Dragon Tailed, will get picked off. In the meantime, Queen of Pain has to blink herself into safety. Bane still ends up going down. And open wounds here up on the Dragon Knight, who tries to TP himself out. Will not be able to do so, because in comes the charge. Gets a Dragon Tail upon Freedom. In comes Yamate again. But this time the Dragon Knight will die. Nicely done by Zenith, and this was exactly what they needed. They were there on par, and a brilliant combination with the ball, the shards, and the Sonic Wave hitting up on a lot of people there, making sure that Zenith got ahead at the start of the fight.
Yeah, maybe I was wrong. Maybe reacting is not too bad after all. But Zenith, that was really immense play. I think they really needed this clutch play, because they locked down the Weaver long enough to burst him down immediately, so he didn't even get his ultimate off. And that was just also a bit poorly positioned by Vici Gaming, because 2 heroes went in immediately, were kind of separated by the others, and the shards, the snowball, this Queen of Pain ultimate was so much damage coming out, so they took them down one by one. Really nice play by Zenith.
I agree. Question is, can they do it again? A couple of times. We have a 4-staff almost done up on FY, looking for that last 170 gold. We've got Nature's Prophet picking up Necronomicon, so pushing power plenty, or at least coming there at some point. Bane doesn't really have too much special items. We still have Tutu building towards the Lincolns, but it's taking quite some time. I mean, his farm wasn't really something to write home about at the bottom lane, of course, but he's now been in 12 out of the 14 kills. Still pretty high involvement rate, but not able to get any more farm than what he has right now. And that was everybody, actually, apart from Dragon Knight. But Dragon Knight's building towards BKB, and we already knew that, I believe. And for Zenith, we've got Drums, Armlet on the way, Orchid on the way, and that was about it. Well,
medallion,
actually.
Yeah, Freedom is going to buy a medallion.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm surprised to see Yamate not building a BKB. I mean, the Orchid is still nice to have against Weaver, against Windrunner, even against the Bane. But in general, I feel like a BKB is really also nice to have, because there's so much burst damage coming his way anyway. I think he died to the power shot 3 times now in total, so you might want to consider buying a BKB at some point. But for now, I guess the Orchid is not too bad, especially if they can fight back like this again. But I think Vici Gaming knows better, and I think they should group up again soon and just take a top tower.
Yeah, and after that go Roche, perhaps before Zenith can, because of course you pick up a medallion. Looking to go Roshan.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of TPs incoming towards this top lane. Freedom
Oh,
and Ice
speaking-
Ice have to be careful.
Bottom
here.
lane.
Oh, bottom lane first. Let's see if they can find the pick up there. Sprout miss. And Zenith back off. Of course, these two can rotate top anytime they want if they feel like there's a fight over there. But it looks like Zenith is already disengaged on the top lane.
Yeah, there's a lot of farm in the mid lane, and you do not want to get any sort of damage on this, or unnecessary damage on this tower, so... Yamate just farming up a bit, and Zenith just... Looks like they really feel content just being the ones that are actually reacting, and yeah, I think you pointed out already, ISSI is going to build towards the mech, it seems. And I think at this point he really has to step back from this carry role and just go semi-carry, if anything. Because it's well, they have to bank everything on XY and Yamate at this point.
Yeah, the downside is who's gonna do their damage for them then? Because XY, yeah, okay, also has been shut down fairly early on, so is not really gonna do too great, even though net worth he's still sitting second highest. But he's not gonna be okay by himself against and a Weaver and a Dragon Knight. And a Queen of Pain by himself, or a Queen of Pain is nice, but she'll lose her value at some point with not enough burst damage if she doesn't get some real semi-carry items soon, like an MKB or something like that.
That's true, but I feel like farming up on Ice at this point feels kind of
Yeah, oh
redundant,
yeah,
because,
definitely agree with that one.
because he has had such a bad game. I mean, look at the farm. Even Freedom has a bad.
So right now he is not. And I'm hoping that my computer doesn't overheat again. It's very simple. I am calling Skim back, but he's not answering right now, apparently. He doesn't like answering phones, which is not nice. In the meantime, Roshan being taken by Vici Gaming, who's starting to have more and more control over this game. And I will try to find Skip. Although he doesn't seem to be back yet. As said though, overheating computer, people. It's possible that it happens again. Hope it doesn't, but I'm not gonna lie, say that it doesn't, say that it won't, but that was blue screen of death. Because of the heat. I really need a fan. Let's hope that it doesn't happen again. So, what have we missed? As we call Skim again, just in case he answers, that would be nice. So, he doesn't answer. Okay, fair enough. Let's see what we have here. Neutrals, gold graph still looks the same. Favor of Vici Gaming, no surprise there. Experience graph, Vici Gaming ahead 19 to 18, very even in terms of that. But it is, of course, for Vici Gaming a bit better than it is for Zenith, because Zenith was supposed to be taking the mid game with this lineup, and they're not. They're playing it even, and that's not where you want to be if you have a mid game lineup. So the question is, can Zenith get it back with a different kind of playstyle than they started out with? I mean, of course, the ganking obviously is not working for them, so what else is working for them is the question. Can they still find ganks? Can they still find ganks that go their way, or should they do like they did previously? Just wait for something to come their way. It looks like they're no longer waiting, though. They're smoking up and they're going towards, hopefully, the top lane, because that's where Vici Gaming is. So perhaps they can backstab that one.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
They can go into this one. That would of course be something good. Tier 2 tower already dead though. But they're still gonna go in.
Dire's top tower
There's a sentry ward around there, so they have to be careful. In comes FY. It's the first one there. Shards will miss. Shadowblade. Stutters MJ. Will be open moves up on Fenrir. He puts himself into a nightmare. In comes Yamate though with a scream. That's gonna be Fenrir dead. That's one kill. But in comes TTY. Looking for a pickup. Looking for a Dragon Tail. There is an infested creep sitting inside the Necronomicon unit. It is Vengeful Spirit that still is taken down by the Weaver, and the rest of Zenith is on their way out. But the Dragon Tail still hits upon Freedom, and that will still be a kill going the way of Vici Gaming, making it a trade in favor for them. Taking down the official carry, which was Ice, and also the one that was stepping up to the plate to be a bit of a semi-carry there. And yeah, that's gonna be XY in a lot of trouble. I'm not sure he tries to though. He might be able to pick up ZSMJ with the bash that he just got. He's able to do it. Ice will be relocating himself back into safety. Yamate still goes down though. There goes another bash, but TTY not too scared, looking for XY. Open wounds up on TTY. Is it gonna be enough? Needs bashes. 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 There is your bash. That's your kill. Still 3 dead on the side of Zenith. But at least they get something in return for this right now, as FY is running for his life. Looking for maybe a power shot to get a kill. Misses it. And XY goes up on 2-2. In comes the kill of the ages at least. And I am now answering the call.
Hey.
Hey. That was an overheating computer.
Huh.
So I had a blue screen.
Oh, too bad. Oh,
it might happen again, just a warning.
Okay. I just started my stream once you dropped out because
I tweeted you.
Oh, okay, nice. Because I felt like people might wanna, yeah.
There's always
there's
2 extra English streams up, right? Or at least 1.
Oh, that's true. Oh yeah, Basket is streaming and Porcelain Lily. So, well.
Porcelain Lily actually stopped because she was too tired.
Oh, okay.
It is very late for her. Australian.
Oh, she is.
Yep.
So many Australian casters.
I know.
Basket is Australian as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, he is. I believe he is from Africa, but lives in Australia.
Huh.
Something like that.
But yeah, so many Australian casters. Gods, Toby, Porcelain Lily, Basket. So many people.
Strength of man.
Oh yeah. Anyway, what did you catch actually? I mean, not sure.
It was 19 to 18 when I came back in.
Oh, okay. Did you catch the Roshan?
Yes.
Okay, then you didn't really miss that much, I guess. Zenith kind of losing a few fights here and there, getting picked off here and there as well. But overall, yeah, Vici Gaming just feeling like they're playing a bit better. Of course, they do have the ultimate gold advantage, and Zenith, they can just hope for better team fights in the future.
Well, they can hope for it, but I'm not sure if it will come. As said, their lineup is more for mid game, and they're not having the mid game. So imagine what would happen if late game comes and the lineup goes in favor of Vici Gaming. They're actually gonna go in right now. Or will they? Tower still goes down. 2-2 looking for someone. In comes a Sprout. Hits up on XY. Nice shards though. Locking down ZSMJ for a little while. ZSMJ XY infest into Yamate. And he TP's out. The relocate was already back. Ice is ice. Ooh, they know he's there. Can they shackle him in time? Yes, they can. Ice, ice, ice. I think you're done for. But in comes Ice himself. Gets a Dragon Tail in the face. Gets a Breathe Fire. And Ice, ice, ice will be the next pick of. Swap is there, but it doesn't really matter. That's going to be 3 kills on the side of Vici Gaming. And with this, they'll march top and see what they can do there.
Yeah, it was a bit of a miscommunication by Zenith. I think Wisp tried to relocate the Lifestealer out, but in the same time he infested into Queen of Pain and they just blinked away. This way they lost 3 heroes where they could have lost only 2 if Wisp had taken another hero back with him. And I think VG's, yeah, they're just going hybrid now. There's no glyph up. They do have Necronomicons. Actually it's not 20 seconds down, but yeah, tier 3 is going to fall very quickly. The racks should follow soon, and
yeah.
Zenith, they can't really defend it, to be honest.
No, and the only 2 that actually have buybacks are the ones that didn't die, so can't even have that as a savior. They'll take the melee racks. Not the ranged one just yet though. Those Treants will do that job. No real. Woo! That one Treant! You can't do it. 17 HP.
Yeah.
Well.
It should fall anyway,
it should fall. I mean, next time there's a fight, they won't be able to push the lane out anymore, and that should be a kill. But yeah, Zenith, I mean, losing the racks, and it went real fast. There was really nothing that they could do. As in, yeah, one fight, and it went so easy for Vici Gaming as well. I mean, they didn't even plan for that fight. It wasn't even a very good strategical setup for them. It was just a pick off after pick off after pick off, and they could do that. Zenith though looking for a smoke, looking for a pick off themselves, but if we look at the minimap, we know that that's not going to happen. I like that Ice 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 still tries to counter ward. Well, there is of course a gem up on the Weaver, who's got himself a Desolator next to his Lincolns now, by the way. Looking pretty stacked.
Oh yeah, he really is, and I like the Lincolns in general. It's a good pickup. Zenith lineup is really not that tanky except for the Lifestealer. Even he goes down quite easily. So this Desolator deals a lot of damage, and of course also on the building. So it's a good pickup for him. And Zenith, they're really far behind, I gotta say. I'm really scared for them. They're going to take they're trying to take a tower in the mid lane, but I think Vici Gaming can defend this.
Yeah, Wintron already TPing himself in. CTY pops a Dragon Form, which is now by the way level 16, goes for Yamate. Looks for pickup. In comes a Shard, so might be enough. Nope, that's gonna be Yamate living for now. But Ice is not so lucky. Was too slow to get away and get himself picked up. 2-2 looking for the next target. Freedom should be able to get himself away in time. But mid lane is where Vici Gaming wants to be anyway, because that's where the lane where they don't have a Rex just yet. And that's where they want one.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're just going in now. They still have, yeah, actually Necronomicon is going to be down for. Every time I want to say they have Necrobook, it's on cooldown, Jesus. But yeah, this should be a fairly easy tower, even though DK is not here. Oh, top lane, Wisp. And he's dead.
Ownage gets called. In comes the Blink Infest out in the mid lane. They do take down Fenrir. Can they get 2-2 as well though? The punch is there. It might be enough. The Sonic Wave as well. Weaver goes down. Gem on the floor. Nice Sprout still holding the rest of Zenith in place. But they did get the prize already. And they don't lose their tier 3 tower just yet. However, they might lose their ranged racks on the top lane. Yep.
Yeah, I think they were prepared to lose that anyway.
Yeah.
But, overall, I gotta say, bit of a greedy play by 2-2, trying to get a few kills there. He should have probably waited until C2Y and ZSMJ came in, but still, he just bought back and he's now back in the fight. Really, his ultimate will be up in 5 seconds again. And they're pinging Roche, so they just want to take Aegis first.
I don't blame them. And with that, they can go high ground with a margin of error. Goldgraph still 15k, over 15k in favor of Vici Gaming, 14k experience Vici Gaming. And they're looking to get a win out of this one, and they're on the right path for that. Zenith just trying to stop it. In comes the shards, don't hit anybody though. Ice. Slightly out of position perhaps. There's a Hex upon ZSMJ, relocating as well, open wounds upon Fenrir, but in comes the Dragon Knight, looks for Yamate, he's already get forced away, never mind, he gets blown up. Fenrir might have died, but it doesn't look too bad just yet for Vici Gaming. BKB gets turned on, XY gets swapped into safety, or nope, not safety at all, actually just goes down. Ice, at least he will be able to get away with that swap, that's nice of him. But it's still a 2-for-1 trade, and the Aegis still goes the way of Vici Gaming. And it's still looking pretty good. Each Aegis by 2-2, of course, who is building towards Icarusless.
Yeah, and Zenith now lost their 2 core heroes, both of which do not have flyback anymore, so I gotta say mid-rack's probably going to fall. Actually, not probably, they are going to fall. Wouldn't be surprised if Vici Gaming just went for Mega Creeps, and what is there to stop them? I don't see anything at this point.
Oh, it's gonna be very tough to stop them. And that's already the second rack's taken. I mean, no Lifestealer, no Queen of Pain. They also can't buy back anymore, as they were able to in the previous fight, but they bought some items. They got the Abyssal, they got the Hex. But nothing now. And that's gonna be tier 3 tower dead. Melee ranks dead. One more stun going up on the Dragon Knight, but 2-2 looking to pick off Ice. Should be able to do just that. There we go. And that's Mega Creeps right there. FY gets hexed up. Sonic Wave is there as well, but Yamate already has to back off, and the mechanism heals Vici Gaming back up. Sprout and also the Fiend's Grip up on X Freedom. But he'll drop the gem as he goes. Triple kill going the way of 2-2, waiting for the GG any moment now, because Vici Gaming, they take the first game of this best of 3 in the semi-finals, unless there's gonna be some miracles, which there aren't, because Zenith also calls the GG. So first semi-finals of Zenith versus Vici Gaming for the AMD Premier League done. Now waiting for the second game to see if Vici can 2-0 Zenith. Of course, that would be a team that did not go to TA3 taking on a team that does go to TA3, and that would be the second team that Vici Gaming beats that is indeed going to TA3. So it would be an interesting thing to see to happen. But yeah, let's see if Zenith can make it a 1-1. And I'm gonna try to find a fan to stop my PC from overheating. So be right back with another game.